Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're watching from. This is Dot Nation News coming to you live from Lagos. Let us discuss generally Igbo's problem in Nigeria. Which tribes, which language, which culture, which tradition connotes the worst animosities, hostilities, enmities, hatred, abhorrence for the Igbo man? This is a very bogus question that I just, left on the comment section for you, my viewers, to go down there and discuss with me. Because Igbo problem has gotten out of hand. A nationality, a contraption within the so-called wrongly structured Nigeria that has been utterly rejected, detested by the rest of the nationalities in this contraption called Nigeria. And what are their wrongings? Let me just use the word wrongings. Where and how did they get it wrong? Who was the actually assailant, perpetrator of this crime or criminalities that has made the Igbos the most hated tribe in Nigeria? Who is that person that actually committed that crime? Okay, is it Chuko Makaduna Zogo? Okay, is it Ojuku himself? Chukwameka Odumegwu Ojukwu? Okay, let's say, is it Linus, his father, the foremost African billionaire? On a one day, on a Sunday, you got to paint them, you got the sweet us or more, you got to paint them. When you paint them, you the sweet us, you got to paint them. See, who is it that actually offended? Who actually is that tribe? Who actually is that man that offended the Fulani and eventually offended the Yorubas? Who is that man actually that offended the Hausas that they connived with their Fulani counterpart and annihilated the Igbos in their millions? More than 3 millions in 1966, 67, 68, when the war, Nigeria Biafra Civil War was in or at its peak, then 1970. When it was obvious that the war has ended abruptly, Colonel Muhammad Buhari called out the whole Asaba men, married men, at a particular village square and opened fire. Under his command and watch, 1,000 Asaba men were mown down with bullets by Nigerian military clique under the watch of Muhammad Buhari. A man that ruled Nigeria now from 2015 to 2023, stolen billions, trillions. Nobody could come out to condemn him, to probe him, bring his name to the book for at least forensic investigation. Today what we are hearing is that Buhari is dead. He died in London. A well-orchestrated written scripts by the Fulani Janjaweeds. The heraldic announcement was made by prophet, legend, MAZI Nnamdi Kanu, that look, this was how it's gonna be actually, dramaticalized. They are going to act it on a script. This is what is gonna happen 2 years after. The Fulani Janjaweeds, actually turned deaf ear. They could not even actually listen to this gentleman, that this was what he actually said. Eventually, they acted the script. This year, 2025, July, that Buhari died, uncelebrated, unannounced. How many weeks was he sick? How many months was he sick? How many hours was he sick? Which hospital? Which medical facilities? In Africa, in Nigeria, in Europe, in Britain, actually treated him of a particular ailment. It might be terminal ailment, it might not be terminal ailment. Let us know what killed him, how far. Have you forgotten what MAZI Nnamdi Kanu said? Have you just turned your faces of the social media images of a man with oxygen, of a man on a sick bed, Oporoko stockfish? That was the former Buhari, who was taller than Ahmed Saraki. But recently in 2022-23, Ahmed Saraki began to grow height and became taller. Nigerian tall, Nigerian do, Nigerian no. Come on, as a result of political gains, interest, man, you forgot history in a haste and became so selfish and senseless you could not at least hold on to what MAZI Nnamdi Kanu said in the past, and it has come to play this year 2025. Man, we got to celebrate MAZI Nnamdi Kanu. We got to do that very soon. He has become a Nostradamus of our time, a prophet, a legend who actually predicted and it came to pass. What is wrong with Nigeria? That bush dwellers, people that are living in the bush, have actually seized Nigeria, seized the truth, seized the facts, seized every political nook and cranny of the country and turn everybody to mugu. Actually, I know that most prominent politicians in Nigeria know that Buhari died. They don't want to say anything because they want to gain. They want to rule Nigeria. That's why they remain silent. Ojo Zakalo was aiming to rule Nigeria. He remained silent. Tinubu was aiming to rule Nigeria. He remained silent. All of them, probably. Both Uzodinma may have been aiming to rule Nigeria. He remains silent. Anyway, I just laugh it off because I know that my tribe, my nationality Igbos, we are going through loss and loss of pains and losses and hostilities and enmities in this country. A country where hunger is kicking so dry on its citizens, lack of food, nobody goes to the farmland to cultivate again. Animosities from killer headers originates from Mali, Senegal, Gambia, Burkina Faso, Sudan, Chad, Niger, everywhere. Across the Sahel countries of Africa, the Fulani militias have invaded the whole farmlands in Nigeria. Nobody is doing anything. Nobody is saying anything. The government of the day has turned deaf ear. Wow. What are we going to do? Fulani, then they write script again. Then they write script again, because they know we are turning deaf ears. We don't want to know because of selfish interest politically. We don't want to know. We don't want to say anything. That's why the whole Fulani Janjaweed script writers are doing their normal businesses, going scot-free. Nobody cares to know. So what am I saying? The hate of Igbos has dragged Nigeria into mud far back to 50 years underdevelopment because they hate the Igbos, the people that could set this country to the right direction, economically, socially, and otherwise, politically, even, so that Nigeria could work. They are ashamed of themselves. They kept on stealing from 1970 till date. Thieves! They steal and 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 steal. They have stolen Nigeria. Finish. Nigeria is no more. Now, all angers are garnered towards MAZI Nnamdi Kanu. He is the troublemaker. The Fulani Janjaweeds, the kidnappers, the bandits, the ritualists, nobody should be touched. Only MAZI Nnamdi Kanu, because he is going towards bringing Nigerian problem to an abrupt end so that politicians should stop from stealing. That's why everybody has called him their enemies, right? Lower house, upper house, Aso Rock, everywhere judiciary, even look at James Omotosho has compromised by embarking on a leave all of a sudden. so that MAZI will suffer the next 3 months to fear Nigeria, zoological republic where injustice thrives, proliferates, yeah, on the faces of what? Realities. There's no coerce, there's no illusion on this. It is too obvious that we neglect justice here. Nobody is talking about justice. Everybody is talking about peace, peace, peace. How don't you, why don't you see justice? Justice is supposed to be there. You are trying to punish justice, committing travesties of justice because you want to hide justice under darkness. Yeah, because justice has no one to speak for him. That's why we are standing up with the social media influencers. Yeah, you can see what VDM is doing. Very dark man, please stay clear of Portable. Portable is not up to your level. Stay off clear. That guy is too small. Please. Jesus Christ is from the Igbo extraction. Highly provocative. This one, then go kong pike. We go call pike. Unalive them that are shedding crocodile tears, that are shedding their green eyes. That is transportation of jealousy and envy against Igbo man. Let me tell you, anti-Igboism must stop now before it escalates. You that is growing green eyes as a result of hate and enviousness against Igbo man, stop! Stop it, man. We are saying that Igbo man has gone through hell. Release MAZI Nnamdi Kanu, release him, because it's a thorough hate, absolute hate against the Igbo man. You must stop it. Anyway, I've hinted much on the points or about the points that Chukwuemeka Odumegojukwu, the SND Igbo to be remembered nationally, globally, annually by Igbos in diaspora, Igbos in Nigeria, Igbos in Africa, Igbos in diaspora. They should map out a date for the remembrance, memorization, monumentalization of Chukwuemeka Odumegojukwu, the golden fish of our time. It's not hiding, it's just like a candlelight on the top of mountain. You cannot hide it. You cannot hide it. You cannot hide. Ojukwu should be remembered. I'm telling you. Why hating the Igbos, the people that has brought light to Nigeria, to Africa at large? People that are stealing money in Nigeria, stealing. They are trying to celebrate themselves, but we know that we are bigger than whom they are. Igbo man should not be neglected, rejected, or forgotten. Ojukwu must be remembered nationally, because what Ojukwu has actually said is going to happen. Aburi will stand, actually promoted regionalism. Regionalism is it. Nigeria must head to regionalism. To stay, failure to do that, Biafra emerges. Yes, Biafra must emerge for everybody to stay in a peaceful atmosphere. Ojukwu should be remembered. Ojukwu should be remembered. Nnamdi Kanu should be free. Let off the hook of the cage of DSS facilities at FCT. Kanu should be free. Free him. He should be free. Kanu should be free. Always saying Kanu must be free. Free, let him be. Let it Kanu be. Come on, that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah. Go straight. That's the road. Go straight. Come on. So we are saying that Kanu should be freed. I'm telling you, Kanu must not be looked down on. MAZI Nnamdi Kanu lost his father. He lost his mother. I'm telling you about this race, this challenge, this agitation, this great ardent icon project. It's an iconic project if you ask me, because it takes time, for something of this achieved. Great Roman Empire was not achieved in a day. Great Prince of Africa, Republic of Biafra is not supposed to be achieved in a day. That's why the achievement lingers from 1967, 68, 69, 70, 71, 80, 81, 1991, 2000, 2001, until 2025. It was declared in the faraway Lati, Finland. And man, we got it in Finland. And today, here we are. Man, we are great people to be celebrated. Ojukwu should be celebrated. Nnamdi Kanu should be celebrated. I, Ralph Tresvant, I'm going to be remembered, celebrated, and honored by my great followers, listeners, and viewers. Thank you. Share to your contacts, WhatsApp. Share to your contacts on Facebook. Then again, man, subscribe from my YouTube channel, .Nation News channel. Subscribe. You are my best guys. You are my viewers. My best guys. Thank you. Come on.